Good morning, everybody. We are back for another episode of Going with the Chappells. Welcome back from our house tour that you guys went on earlier. Today we are on our way into the office a little bit later than we usually are, and we are going to talk today about some heavy stuff that happened over the last week and kind of share the story and where we are and what we're doing to take care of ourselves right now and where we're going. So, yeah, God bless everybody that's here with us today, and bless this story and bless our experience, and God bless Tommy Faulkenberry. So exactly 1 week ago today, we were driving home at the end of our day. It was a normal work day. We were on the phone with our oldest daughter, Abby Jo, and just chatting it up, hearing about her life and all kinds of stuff. And we got a phone call, which from Sarah's dad, that's pretty random and rare. So you usually, when you get a phone call from Gramps in the middle of nowhere, you pick it up and you talk to him because, it could be anything or it could be something that we don't want to hear or do want to hear. And I'm rambling here, but we called Gramps back, and he let us know that earlier that morning, Tommy Faulkenberry, Sarah's twin brother, went missing on a charter dive that he was working on just off the coast of the Florida Keys. And that was rough information to receive, and what was even rougher is that most of the family, if not all of us, found out through Facebook.
Well, and we didn't have any information. So
Yeah.
Weston had seen it first, and he called my dad and was like, do you know anything about this? And so my dad called us, and we talked to him, and he had no details. And then right when I got off the phone, my sister Stacy called me because she had seen it on Facebook. And I said, well, I just got off the phone with Dad. And then I called my mom, and she had just got off the phone with Mary, Tommy's ex-wife, and the mother of their 4 boys. And then, so I was telling her, and then I also called my brother Ricky, but we just didn't have any information.
Yeah, and it was kind of like a punch in the gut for the whole family all at one time. Like, we didn't know anything that was happening or what was going on or any of the details. And I'll say this, as wonderful a tool that Facebook can be to bring people together and socialize, it can also be a very terrible place during times of panic and anxious wait, because a lot of things were put on Facebook that were not true and were causing people to go down very terrible rabbit holes of information. And I just want to put that out there that, I understand the values in it, but also understand the potential evils of it in times like this. So,
and I purposely stayed off of it, but I think just a good principle is, and Stacy helped me with this, like, if your close family and someone you don't know their name is saying information, like, just check your resources.
Yeah.
Because the real world still exists.
Yeah.
And connecting to people that who know people in real life, in real time, on the phone, it can't be beat.
Correct. And so that situation, spiraled into an evening of complete and utter confusion and just worry and anxiety and everything going along, because no one knew what had happened to Tommy. And just as a reference, so everyone knows, Tommy was in the Coast Guard for 16 years. He was a naval dive instructor. The man was better at scuba diving than most humans on this planet. And the accident was an accident. It was something that probably could have been avoided, but it happened. And it happens to the best. So sometimes, even if you're fantastic at something, you can also have accidents that could change your life. So for the last week, one of the most amazingly monumental search efforts that we've ever seen has been underway. by the Coast Guard in Florida and the Sheriff's Department and a very large amount of civilian volunteers.
And an Army dive team and
and
community people.
It's epic. It is epic what they did to try to find Tommy.
There was never a point through all this, as raw as all of this has been, I never had a moment where I was thinking, God, what are they doing? They could be doing more. Why aren't they doing something? Like, being far away and feeling helpless, I just always felt like there were so many boots on the ground and so much effort being made.
And on top of that, one of the most amazing humans that we know dropped everything he was doing and raced to Florida. Sarah's little brother, Weston Faulkenberry, he basically showed up on the ground and went to work. He immediately galvanized that community around him. He took over all of the operations as far as the civilian efforts that were being made. He coordinated everything with the Coast Guard. He made sure to, relay every piece of information he could possibly get. He was online posting Facebook videos and sharing with everyone what's happening, what the next steps are, and really kind of preaching safety across the board for everybody that was involved, and really helped the family feel good about what was happening and what was going on there. And we are astronomically proud of the man he is and what he did for this family. It was epic. So thank you, Weston.
Thank you, Weston. And just having him there to be able to communicate back to us was such a touch point that we needed. And then I know for him, he'll always be able to look back and know that he stopped at nothing.
Yep.
Like he gave everything, and I think for a man like him, that's really important for him to have that.
And it really is his identity. That's who he is. I mean, he did not hesitate to do whatever he possibly could to make that situation as good as it could be.
And it was wonderful to me to watch his natural gifts and talents be used, and then also all of his training, and what he does, and to be able to use his training and his skills from the Army and everything.
Nobody else could have done a better job.
Exactly.
Like, he literally was the perfect person to do what he did. So thank you very much, Weston. You are a man amongst men.
And there is a gift that not all people have,
a giant amongst men, sorry.
A gift of bringing order to the chaos. And I'm just going to shout out to those of us with a little ADD. Y'all, that is what we do. We bring order to chaos because we can take in so much. And yes, on a day-to-day, it makes our brains feel like scrambled eggs. But in crisis, ADD, that is one of the skills. And the reason why a lot of us are ADD is because those are the people that got their genes in the gene pool. Because you can bring order to chaos.
Yeah. So where we are today is somber and sad, but also a little bit more a microcosm of peace. On the search went on from Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning until Monday, pretty much 24-hour searches until the following Monday at 9:30 in the morning. We had a call with the Coast Guard on Monday morning, and they went through in detail everything that they did, all the efforts that were made, and explained to us that they were suspending the search operations and that they presumed Tommy to be deceased. We spent as much time as we possibly could thanking them over and over again. And like I said earlier, Tommy was in the Coast Guard for 16 years. The Coast Guard commander explained to us that they do these, unfortunately have to do these searches and stuff all the time, but it hits differently when it's one of their own. And they spared no expense trying to help and find Tommy, and were very, very good at communicating every effort that was being made to our family. And I got to give a shout out to Mary, Tommy's ex-wife. She was very instrumental in making sure that everyone in our family was up to speed on everything that was coming through. She kind of leaned back into her Coast Guard wife days.
She knows the language and the lingo, and
she did really, really great job. And thank you very much for that, Mary. It was much needed in our time and your time too for your boys. So as of Monday morning, we switched from trying to find Tommy to really remembering Tommy and really kind of thinking back of all the good things and all the great things that we had, and just being there together to think about Tommy and memorialize him in the way that we can. And it's not easy. Loss is hard. And this family, unfortunately, over the last 5 to 7 years, has really had some gut punches come our way.
For me now, I just want, really personally, I'm just really dealing with anxiety. And I'm just trying to go back to the basics of, breathing,
eating, drinking.
Jay's helping me eat, and I'm so grateful.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I'm really struggling sleeping. For me, when the sun goes down and when the sun comes up, those are really just hard times for me. I don't know why. And panic kind of is the dominant emotion.
It's almost like you're allergic to the pain and
I don't know. It's weird. And so I'm just trying to remember to breathe. Trying to drink lots of water. That's the other thing. I just feel so thirsty. So I think that's probably the anxiety. And I'm drinking coconut water because it's really hydrating. It has good electrolytes. And then eating. And then as far as remembering, just being in charge of my mind and not letting my mind wander, that I am the witness to my mind. I am the one that tells my mind, where to go and what to think about. And so just selecting my thoughts and filling my heart and my mind with the best thoughts. And then also just really asking God to be my comfort and my family's comfort.
And we had the pleasure of seeing Tommy a few weeks ago, unfortunately at a funeral for another friend of ours, but we did get to see him and we got to visit with him.
He got to see Sam,
and Sam was so happy and exuberant to be around him and just to follow him around the yard for a couple hours. He really was. It's just really neat to see Sam's memory click in like that and go right back into, this is my dad, this is who I'm supposed to be taking care of,
Yeah. And we, my mom's side of the family, we were all together, and then Tommy saw a lot of friends from our youth at the funeral, and we all ate a meal together. And then even a month ago, Tommy was with a lot of family on my dad's side of the family, cousins and my girls, and so those are all really gifts. We didn't know it at the time, but those were major gifts.
And really, really our prayers too right now are with the boys and
my parents
and your parents and Sarah and just all of us. It's hard. I've known Tommy since I was 16 years old. He's been a part of my life, ever since. We stayed in touch for many years while you and I weren't together, and I was always there. Tommy always checked in on me throughout the years, and that's just who he was. And there's an amazing amount of stories being told right now on Facebook and all these different places that of just how he just was him, and just just touched people's hearts in a way that only he really could do. You know, he was this gentle Viking of a man that just went out of his way to care for people and just be there when he needed to be. And that's really a lot about who Tommy was. And Tommy had his warts and his scabs, and he dealt with those things. And some of them we dealt with him. But as a whole, Tommy really did care. And he was a good-hearted soul that just really wanted to be of service to other people in a lot of ways. So with all that being said, we're okay. We are grieving. We're going to be grieving for, a while. This is what life is about. We process these things and we go through the motions and we figure out how to cope and what the best things that we can do for ourselves are, and we let others help us, and that's important. So prayers are needed for not just us, but all of our family and anyone that knew and loved Tommy. And really just take time to reach out to those that you love and hug them and tell them that you love them, because that's important. You want to have those moments, and you want to cherish those moments more than the bad ones, and that's important.
Yeah.
But we wanted to share that with you guys. It's kind of our way of getting it out there. It's not a story that either one of us likes telling over and over again. So if you know anyone that knows us and loves us, share this video and just let them listen, and they'll know where we are, and they'll know what we've been through for the last week, and kind of where we're going. We'll be back on here soon, and we'll be sharing you some more videos and more communications that are maybe a little more uplifting, or they could be rough. We'll see. But that's all part of why we're doing this. We want to be real with you, and we want to share these things and just be really honest and loving and caring and blessed. So.
And I am so grateful. Jay has just taken the best care of me and us, and I don't think I could be doing it without his support and just all the love and care for my friends and family, and then I'm also so grateful that we have a house to shelter this storm of grief. I just keep walking around the house thinking, thank God that I have a home to shelter in.
Yeah. And one cute little thing that we've noticed in the last week is our little golden retriever Gidget has learned a little bit about caring for others from her big brother.
Yes, from Sam.
She's been so anxious all week long.
Yeah.
Because we're just walking around emotionally, just drained. And she just wants to be on top of us all the time.
Yeah.
Just, I want to take care of you. So it's real cute.
Sam is an emotional support dog. He was Tommy's emotional support dog. And Gidget's dad was an emotional support dog. So I feel like she's got all this little raw talent, but she doesn't quite know how to use it. And all dogs, I think, have a pretty good sense of emotions. And then actually our cat, 2 mornings ago, I just was anxious. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and the walls were coming in, and I just was like, I gotta get up. And so I went into the living room and I tried to lay down on the couch, and then we have a big orange cat, big fat cat, and
named Steven,
and he immediately just climbed on my chest and started purring. And I was like, is this what purring feels like when cats do it? It was so soothing and so relaxing. And when I would move, he would be like, nope, you stay there, we're purring. And so even grateful for our wild little zoo of animals. They are definitely helping us shoulder the load.
So prayers up. You're welcome to reach out to us if you'd like. We are okay. But we're definitely missing Tommy, and we're going to be missing him for a while. So we love you, brother, and we will see you again.
Yes.
We will see you again. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys on the next go around. Thanks for joining us today. I know this is a hard one to listen to, but if you like it, so like and subscribe, hit the button below, and we'll talk to everybody later. Love you guys.
Bye.